Hello, welcome to episode 11 of Gilganos playing the Talos Principle 2. Last time, we finished the last area of the areas in the northern hemisphere. Well, not really hemisphere, but, like in the northern areas. Of the northern areas. Why did I walk away from the public down spot? And we unlocked, again, the megastructure. So we want to enter it, like, right now. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. So... let's go.
There's something I've been thinking about. I know the New Alexandria disaster was traumatic.
Didn't expect there to be text right now.
I know accidents like that make us think that it's best to stick to what we have. But what about all the accidents that have happened in New Jerusalem that nobody talks about? The collapse
I don't know.
of the Kofsky building.
Tell me more.
Calvin Street explosion.
Tell me more. I don't know about any of them.
The derailment that almost killed Benaroya and Canada. All of those happened because we stopped investing enough resources in our civilization. And if Melville hadn't been put in charge of city maintenance, this would still be happening.
It will happen again either way. With how little we have to work with, it's only a matter of time.
You see, there may be a price for pursuing progress, but there's also a price for not pursuing it.
All right, let's go. I have to say what I don't fully understand is why. I think I've already talked about this like once, but I don't really understand why they don't have, or why they have that few resources. Oh wow, I don't think it's ever been night here, has it? It's gorgeous. Especially with the lasers. Like, why do they have so few resources? Because they had so much time to, like, build up ways to get more resources, right? Or to gather resources and stuff. But I don't know if they just didn't. Oh, wow, it's actually really far away, right? Huh. Cool. Or if they're, like, if they're preserverism? And conservatism, just let them to not even try to, like, get more resources and pursue having more resources. Because if we assume that this is indeed not a simulation and not a dream or anything, look at what, like, if we assume this has been built by Athena and a few of the first companions or her followers or whatever, look at what they achieved in this time, right? Again, assuming this is not just a simulation. I mean, the other thing I was recently thinking is that maybe, like, if you look at the difference between the technology that we see in the labs and everything around it you see, it's like it's such a leap. It looks like such a leap, right? Like, first they're experimenting, with inversing lasers and stuff, and suddenly they're building like this, transferring energy via lasers and having particles that defy any physics, right? Which is quite the leap. So Valnek was like theorizing, like, oh, I think Valnek is pretty like hellbent on being, yeah, this is pretty much still a, well, not hellbent, but he thinks that this is most likely still a simulation. I'm still like 70-30 that it's not a simulation right now, because my biggest question is who is running the simulation, right? And why isn't it falling apart as it did in Talos Principle 1? As to his answer was like, yeah, it might be that all of the glitches and stuff in Talos Principle 1 were basically deliberate, right? And not a consequence of the simulation falling apart, which is fair, sure, I can see that. But I still think this is actually the real world. I would assume I'm not even... I'd say I'm down to 60-40. Like 60% this is the real world. We'll see. But what I was talking about is like... or what he was talking about actually is that when we left the city, we all entered sleep mode, right? Except for what I'm assuming Yakut, because he's the pilot, right? So did we actually really wake up from this sleep mode?
And Athena. Did she find it? Did she build it? Why was she here in the first place? Explore, dig up anything you can. We need to start finding answers.
So that's another theory, which I'm... as I said, I think like at least the pilot probably had to stay awake, right?
One person building all this.
Don't forget about Miranda. There were at least 2 of them.
I can't imagine 100 people building this.
All right, everyone. Have a look around, but stay in touch and be careful.
1K, can you stay a moment? I'd like to talk to you.
Sure.
I know you can't
Don't even
wait
get a
to start
choice.
exploring, but just hear me out, okay?
So, if you hear me out first. So that's another theory, although I don't think that's actually what's happened, because as I said before, I think Yakut as the pilot couldn't just go to sleep mode, right? So, well, obviously it might be that Yakut is part of those people who did all this, or built this. I mean, we still don't really know what Doge and Helga are about, right? And the other, and his friends or whatever, what those are exactly going on about. Maybe Yakut is part of those, right? And we're just actually still asleep inside of the chopper. And all of this is the dream, maybe. But I think that's less likely than actually everything's still being a simulation. And if it's a simulation, maybe, you know, like maybe Athena realized at some point, or Miranda at some point realized, you know, like when they were experimenting that, oh, hey, we are actually still in a simulation. Basically, they got access to the source code or something like that. They realized at some point, oh, hey, we're actually still in a simulation. So, hey, we can do whatever we want. We can go apeshit and just build megastructures like these. Like, that's also a theory that they're currently having. Which one is the most likely? I have no idea, honestly. You need more info. The problem is, for example, I don't know if the frogs glitching is a glitch of the game, of the engine, or if it is indeed what they intended to happen with those frogs. Actually, I actually theorized that, you know, like, the same basically happens to the frogs what happens to the player, right? As soon as you enter the water and are too deep in water, you get reset to your original position, basically. Well, not original, to your spawn location, because you die, right? And maybe the frogs just have, like, the same code in them. So basically, once they are submerged in the water, they basically die and get reset to their initial position. And the funny thing about it is, that would tie into the what we read at the very first day when we read the shut up. The social media bulletin the first time, right? Because there was a thread, are frogs people too? Which is like, well, if people get reset to the spawning location if they enter water, and frogs do that too, I can totally see the discussion about are frogs people, right? But yeah. So there's many theories I deem possible right now. It's just like, you just don't have enough information, right? I mean, obviously, if those glitched frogs are indeed a glitch in the Matrix and not in the game, then it would already be obvious that it is still a simulation, right? Because it would just be an error simulation. Real frogs don't behave like that, right? But I still find it weird that the developers would put such a clear indicator in the game when everything else is really made as if it looks as if it was in the physical world, right? Much more so than in the original simulation in the first game. So I'm still feeling it might just be a problem with the engine, or I mean, Unreal Engine 4 and now 5. There is stuff going on in these engines, right? It's not the first time that something like that would have happened. What is surprising is how consistently it happens with the frogs, so that's what has me a little bit on edge. But yeah. All right, Al, hit me.
I'm concerned.
About what?
Byron is brilliant, but all he can think about is the possibility of finding Athena.
Yeah.
She was his mentor, and her disappearance shattered him. I'm afraid he's not seeing the dangers of the megastructure. To me, this place seems chaotic, dysfunctional. Yes, it's all very impressive, but I think it's broken.
I think it's
And
broken.
what we're seeing is, it's nonsense, frankly.
It just seems turned
You've
off for
interacted
me.
with it more than anyone. What do you think?
I don't feel it's broken. If it was broken, why would it perfectly work reactivating lasers and stuff? It is somewhat broken, but underneath that there seems to be some kind of pattern. I don't have enough data to judge. You're right, it seems pretty broken. I still feel like it is intentional, and we're meant to do something here. But I also don't have enough data to judge, I have to say. Is it somewhat... I hadn't had the feeling that anything would be broken here. It seems perfectly fine to me, I have to say. I think it's just all intentional.
So you see it that way too, huh?
I do,
Well,
currently.
maybe I'm wrong. I hope so. But please, be careful.
Yeah, right. Sure, will be. I mean, it really just... it just simply does not feel broken to me. Absolutely not. Like, everything looks pristine, even, I would say.
I'm headed deeper into the megastructure. Not quite sure where I am. Seem to be right in the middle of the machinery.
What machinery?
Please, watch yourself, Byron.
This is incredible. I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a building. I think this is a machine.
Megastructure? Oh yeah, sure. Why can he see our stream, but we cannot see his stream? Is that a little weird? Name of Project 7. Oh, please. Trials 1701 to 2022. Fells leads, error of frustration. Effects ripple out at enormous distances. Waves? We need to move experiments further apart. Version 02 deployed. Oh, probably the lasers. You're probably talking about the lasers, right? Which is probably why they are that far apart, the big lasers. Or the originate, well, you know, like the emitters of the lasers. Trials 3510 to 3525. Applicating O2 to create version 021. Can we literally bootstrap this to any scale? Author Athena. Alright, give me a second for the hex code. Oh, this one is a long one. Large-scale synthesis successful. As in the middle of the hex code, I just realized. Hey, no mistakes, okay. Ugh. It says, be not afeared. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices, that if I then had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that, when I waked, I cried to dream again. Is it a coincidence that they're talking so much about dreaming and waking up right now? Maybe we are in a simulation after all. Or maybe someone is hacking our Elohim interface and making us see things. Oh yeah, that was the other theory, right? That the particles, that we are in reality, but the particles that we see are actually just someone hijacking our interface, basically, right? Like everybody's interface. Door override. Aw, come on. Again. Also, this is an island. An isle. They might be talking about this isle.
That they're wrong? If you tell them the truth, they'll listen.
It's not that simple.
Cornelius.
Platon wrote that the most common error we commit is to think that ideas determine reality, when in fact the opposite is true. Ideas follow from material conditions. Belief systems are formed to explain and justify the way we live. We did not have kings because we believed in the mandate of heaven. We believed in the mandate of heaven because we lived in monarchies.
But we have free will.
Oh, free will isn't the same as freedom, Miranda. We're not free from the constraints of reality or history. I was shaped by the simulation. New Jerusalem is shaped by its limitations.
So, what? We're just trapped? History can only go one way?
Maybe, maybe not. The question is, how do we free ourselves? How do we build a world where our ideas do shape reality? That's why we came here.
A world where our ideas do shape reality.
I knew it! Athena's here. She built this.
That other voice.
Was Cornelius? Yes.
It definitely sounded like him.
So he does know something about all of it.
He went on a research expedition around the time Athena vanished.
And then he came back.
For years, people thought he died.
And all this time, he knew where she was.
Probably.
We should talk to him.
Oh yes, we should.
We will when we get back. But right now, we have to focus on.
Oh, will we finally be able to get back to the city? Yeah, I've watched Valnek explore the city, so I know mostly everything. So I also know that Cornelius is indeed in the city, and you can talk to him there. So I have seen what I missed in the city before. Also, I would like that inner monologue thing. What is that island we find ourselves? Maybe that isle is actually the real world. And this is a simulator. Oh, I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I'm just on for the ride right now. I still don't see any like proof that any of the theories would be wrong or right. So until we have enough data to rule some things out, I'll just continue playing. So we entered from the same side, which kind of has me confused. Because there's more puzzles and more lasers here, right? I think it's different ones. Oh, that's the voices.
Are those surfaces magnetic?
No, it's anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Coot was right. I should have known.
Just want to say, yeah, sure, magnets. Now they even anti-gravitation, even have anti-gravitational technology, right? Wow.
1K, I'm over here. Hold on. I'll open that door for you.
Sure, thank you. Also, what do you mean with over here? Oh, over there. Hi, Byron. Thank you, Byron. Which reminds me on the final part of the first game. But I think you also have to are getting help by someone, right? Oh. Okay, I guess we can only get over there for now. I need to know more.
Same pattern as before. 3 beams,
Yeah.
3 receivers.
I guess we know what to do.
Be careful. The sheer amount of power running through this place.
I'll take care of this puzzle. You do the other 2, okay?
We don't even have to do the puzzles
kinda
ourselves this
fun.
time. Okay.
Maybe Alexandra Drennan was right. Play is part of what makes us human.
Oh, that was quick. Maybe Byron should be doing the puzzles. He seems to be a lot quicker with them than I am. I don't even know where I need to go though. I guess I can't just go over here. Interesting, we don't even need to do the puzzle ourselves. Huh. I wonder if Byron is gonna die. Byron is probably gonna die, right? I know, at this point he seems so eager that it just seems fitting for him to actually die, like right while we're inside here, like on this expedition into the megastructure. Obviously I don't want that. I love Byron, I like Byron. What are we doing? Oh, now I can go upwards, obviously. What? Oh, I see. I didn't realize. We had to do it over there. Because obviously that's where the fan is. Oh, where are the puzzles? Am I tripping? Why am I solving so many determinant puzzles, but not actual puzzles? I mean, there's another one here. Really? Oh. Whatever. What? Jesus. Okay, didn't expect it. Ah, finally a puzzle. Alright, what do we have here? What are we working with? Connector, no, oh, it's an accumulator, not a connector. And then we have an inverter here. This puzzles inside been really easy so far. Now the question is... No, okay. Guess we need to move this a little. So we have a line of sight over there. Okay, that's the blue one. Now, how do we get to the green one? Wait, that's the exit, right? Yeah. Did it just already go past the green one? How do we get there? The heck? Byron, how do I get to the green puzzle? Also, am I on the ceiling? No, right? No, no. What if I jump off now? Can I fall? Can I jump over there? No, I need to... Oh, but I can drop down by double jumping. Interesting. Pretty sure that's not what we want to right now. Or is it? No, we can get onto this without falling down. I mean, that leads us to the gates. Right. Actually, I haven't been here yet. This is so confusing, what the heck? Oh, that's where I need to get. I see. I don't really enjoy these Chomina puzzles, I have to say. Like, actually, like, not at all. It still seems to be super random, like, I'm not really oh, that's That leads to the blue one, I guess, right? Like I'm just mostly trial and erroring it. And I don't feel like puzzles where you just trial and error stuff are actually fun. So yeah, not a big fan of those. Same as in the base game, in the first game, right? Oh, jeez, Louise. It doesn't really help that they're not getting, that they're getting weirder, you know. Oh my god. Oh wait, is this all 0G? Can I just walk over it? Oh, I think I can, right? I cannot, but okay. What the heck? Yeah, but how am I meant to... I cannot How am I meant to finish this if I cannot... What? Oh, I can do this, but I cannot... This does not make any sense. Oh, that makes a whole lot more sense, yes. Except for the fact that it doesn't work.
Not to alarm anyone, but I think the ground is shaking.
Is it?
According to the system, whole parts of the interior are moving around. Like it's rearranging itself.
I think that's what happened last time. When I took the elevator.
That would make sense, yeah. That's why it looks so different.
Moved away.
Oh, it makes sense, yeah. That's why it's all different now. Even though we entered from the same side, right? It's the cube! After all. Oh wait, we also need the blue. What? How? What? I have to be missing something, right? Is that where we came from? That is where we came from. What the heck? How am I... What? How should I be doing this with one connector? What? Huh? I don't see... It feels like I need an inverter. But I cannot see one anywhere. Or there's a jammer in there, right? I mean, that didn't do anything. Am I blind? Oh, there's another wall I can drill into over there, I see. There is the inverter, I see. Now this makes a whole lot more sense. Why a jammer do? Oh, to jam this gate, right? So we only need one. Now we can change the inverter for the drill. Open the wall for the green switch to be visible and do this. Okay.
The gate's opening. I'm heading in.
Byron, wait for us. I don't trust any of this. He's gonna become part of the machine, probably. Right? Something's gonna happen to Byron, 100%. Shouldn't have done this last. Looks like this is the longest path over to the gate from the green laser. Over here, okay. Why would anyone build this? I mean, the only thing I can think of is to test people, right? I mean, obviously this is all a test. Someone wants to give us the fire, obviously. I mean, that's what the Prometheus parable is about, right? But only if you're worthy, that's what I would assume. But who could it be but Athena? Really? I really don't like these. I don't know. And the lights turned on. Byron? Oh, that looks the same as last time. Byron? Oh, there he is.
This is fascinating. They were both here, Athena and Cornelius. They had a plan. I found a file that... I can't...
Byron's trapped in the overload. He's failing to disconnect.
The whole system's going haywire.
1K, get out of there! Everyone back to the VTOL!
Prometheus bound. Oh, that makes sense. Byron is Prometheus. I see.
Have to go.
Okay.
Now, 1K, get moving!
Yeah.
Just leave Byron behind.
Yeah, Coot, we have no idea where he is or what's happening to him.
True.
But right now, if we stay here, we could all die.
The
Yep.
system's going completely bananas. Energy spikes everywhere.
Really?
We'll come back
okay.
for Byron, I promise.
Guys? I have a problem here. Oh, but the music is rocking. Alright, I guess the pyramid made another exit way for me.
Fools. Mortals
I don't know.
aren't meant to tread these halls. Why will you not heed my warnings?
Shut up, Pandora.
I am not trying to harm you, creatures of clay.
If you didn't want us to come here, then why activate all these lasers for us?
You and the rest of your kind.
Yeah, bullshit.
What more must I do to make you understand? If you cannot be reasoned with, I must bar your path.
Now the question is, if it was...
1K.
Yeah, Melba, what do you think I'm doing? Come on. If it wasn't Byron using the palm reader first, but me, would that have also happened? Is the question, right? Or was it specifically Byron that they wanted to trap in there?
These energy emissions are messing with the VTOL's systems.
That's not good.
Okay, I think I've got it working. Get here quickly.
Yeah, I'm almost there. Don't worry. It's just shaking, it's just a little earthquake. You never had an earthquake before in your life? Well. I'm not one to talk, actually. We do sometimes get very small... we do sometimes get earthquakes in Switzerland, but they rarely damage anything. Alright. Yeah. Don't... Chill, boy. Take a chill pill. Don't stress it. Go. It's not even shaking out here. What are you, like, stressing about? Prometheus bound, so Byron is Prometheus. I see. That makes sense. He's the one who does want to, like, bring us to fire, right? It's not even closing already.
Okay, we're out. Now what?
Did we enter from the north side?
The southern sites are active. The readings are strangely jumbled, though.
Oh, I thought we would have ended from the same side, but I guess we ended from the north side.
Just to drop off Melville.
What?
We're going back to New Jerusalem. This situation has gotten out of control. We need to regroup. Rushing in blindly isn't going to save Byron. But we also need someone to stay here and keep an eye on things. Melville, that's you.
All right. I'll see if I can make any sense of these systems while you're gone.
Just keep a safe distance, okay?
Will do.
Good. Well, 1K, I guess it's time for you and me to take a nap.
So only us two? Wait, I just realized it is the same island that the others are on. I just realized it now because it's been so long since we last slept.
Solace in your friends and in the home that you share.
It is Elohim Island, right?
Here we are. Got an update from Melville. The power spikes are continuing, but no news from Byron.
All right. Thank you, Yakut. You get the VTOL ready for the next trip. I'll talk to the mayor. 1K, please head over to the Museum of the Simulation and talk to Cornelius.
I will.
Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Yeah, finally we can actually explore the city again, right?
The world is full of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other
Would you
animals.
please get out of my...
And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away.
Out of my
This is
frequency?
what surrounds us. This
I don't want
is
to
what's
listen to this.
happening outside
Public
those
frequency.
walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings
Could you please?
to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human. To understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better. That's what the founder meant when she said that we can
Who's
turn
preaching?
the world
Well, I see
into
who's
a
preaching,
work
but why?
of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the Founder's trials. And you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public
Yes,
frequency.
please.
If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
Thanks, Jeremy. Well, the weather isn't as nice before, I would say. Alright, let's see. Social media, 3 new threats. City news. Crier. The expedition to the Founder's Island has suffered a serious setback as all contact with Byron was lost during a foray into the interior of the megastructure. Byron is assumed to be alive, but trapped within a data stream overload and unable to disconnect. Several sources in the government expressed a lack of surprise at this turn of events, citing the first companion's history of rash behavior. Hopefully this gets people thinking about the dangers of populism, one source told me. It's been alarming to see people suddenly falling for this utopian foolishness. JammyFX312. Jeremy, I'm very happy to announce that the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction exhibition is now open to visitors. Come play the 3 winning works at the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Yeah, that's the thing that also was closed when Valdic was exploring the city. So that's the thing that I haven't seen actually yet. We're not gonna talk to every single person in town because, well, actually we probably will because they might have different text now than they had at the beginning, right? Finally, can't wait. Wonderful news. I'll be attending today. Nice. Will this be made available through the interface too? Yes, after the exhibition is over. The Optimist. Yeah. Oh, come on, he's not dead. A pessimist is commonly spoken of as the man in revolt. He is not. Firstly, because it requires some cheerfulness to continue in revolt, and secondly, because pessimism appeals to the weaker side of everybody, and the pessimist, therefore, drives as roaring a trade as the publican. The person who is really in revolt is the optimist, who generally lives and dies in a desperate and suicidal effort to persuade all the other people how good they are. What? To persuade all the other people how good they are. Oh, how good the optimists are, okay. It has been proved 100 times over that if you really wish to enrage people and make them angry, even unto death, the right way to do is to tell them that they are all sons of God. Jesus Christ was crucified. It may be remembered, not because of anything he said about God, but on a charge of saying that a man could in 3 days pull down and rebuild the temple. Every one of the great revolutionists, from Isaiah to Shelley, don't know any of them, sorry, have been optimists. They have been indignant not about the badness of existence, but about the slowness of man in realizing its goodness. The prophet who is stoned is not a brawler or a marplot. He is simply a rejected lover. He suffers from an unrequited attachment to things in general. Ugh. J.K. Chesterton. Rip Byron, TLDR, Rip Byron. You don't know that he's dead. He may just be lost. He could still be saved. I was going to say something sarcastic, but you know what? In the spirit of optimism, I really hope so. Well, it's a bit cloudy outside today. Nobody was listening last time when we were here. Alright, let's have a look at everything.
Good luck, 1K.
Thank you. I guess we cannot talk to them anymore, right?
Citizens.
Yeah?
The Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction
Yeah, I know, thank you.
Exhibition is now open to visitors. However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable.
Public transport? I didn't know we had public transport. I thought the Gehenna Memorial was on the left side, not here. I wanted to get to this I want to get to this at the last. Actually take my time this time. For the rest of this episode, probably, right? Haha.
Founder's blessings.
You too. Tablets of the Founder. I think I talked to you, right? Oh, that's Thekla, yeah.
Founder bless you, 1K.
Yeah, thank you.
Now is the time of our great testing. The deceiver Byron has been slain, and we must turn away from the path of sin.
No, okay.
Or suffer the same fate.
Can I deactivate you? Why do you hate Byron so much? Have you ever considered that you might be wrong?
I don't need to. Do you see any of our ancestors walking around? No? Then the truth is obvious. Mother Nature punished them for their sins.
Sure.
Why would I want to side with those who wish to blacken the skies and kill the oceans?
Well, that's really what they wanted to do. Yeah, nobody actually wants to do these things. I believe you can avoid them. Byron believes you can grow without repeating the mistakes of the past.
The tools of the sinner cannot be used to raise the sinner's palace. Never forget that, 1K.
I mean, yes, you can. Okay. You're a weird one, Thekla. Kalimachios. That's a Drennan pavilion, right?
Hello again, 1K.
Hello,
These are
Jefferson.
strange days we're living through, aren't they?
How do you mean?
It seems to me that we're slowly remembering the lessons Alexandra Drennan tried to teach us. Trying to actually live up to the legacy of our ancestors.
I hope so.
It's hard to believe things might really change, isn't it? But perhaps they will this time.
And like, I don't like the, maybe it's gonna be different this time. No, it's not maybe it's gonna be different. It is gonna be different if we make it different. Like we need to remind ourselves, not just be like, it's gonna work out differently this time. No. That's not how it works. What would Alexandra Drennan do about the megastructure?
The same thing she'd do with any technology. Discover how it works and apply that knowledge for the common good.
What would she think about the goal?
I think it would make her very, very sad.
And what would she tell us to do?
She worked to the very last moment of her life to ensure that we had free will. I don't think she would tell us anything.
Oh, that's a good one. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. Alright, what else do we have? Or who else do we have, actually? Oh yeah, I want to get the inner monologue thing.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh yeah, that's Milton Memorial, right? Milton's Rest, yeah, with all the cats. Luna, her name is Luna, she smells like tuna. Saffron and cayenne, may you hunt forever. Never stop screaming. I could also add my cat. Dean, the nicest cat, perhaps the only nice cat. Could add a picture of my cat to these. You know, the deceased one. Alright, I think this is the museum, right? Hello. Actually, Cornelius is in here. So maybe we want to go here last. Actually, maybe we want to go to the Gehenna Memorial first, right?
Hi, 1K.
Hey, citizen. Schuyler.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K.
I am
The
1K.
incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting.
I mean,
This
kinda.
is more exciting than I thought it
But
would
it's
be.
this guy, yeah.
How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Guy, one question at a time.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know?
Why?
Hey, can I have your digital signature?
Sure.
I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Pineda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question. I
Yeah.
promise.
Shoot. Who did?
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination
Which is basically the
of
same as doing what
founder's
makes you
will.
happy.
Tell me, what should I do?
Do whatever makes you happy. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't need to do something is just to get money to be able to live, right? Just do whatever makes you happy. I would only do this. I would only create videos and content for YouTube, even though nobody watches it if I just could. But no, unfortunately, I have to make money and still have to work a job, right? Helga's right. You should find something that makes you happy.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Okay, that was worth an achievement, I guess. Ah, Helga! Helga is the one that I'm talking to, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Hi, Helga. Nice to meet in person.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
I am buying. I already know what we can buy here.
Uploaded my most popular items to your interface.
I want the
Does
inner monologue.
anything there spark your imagination?
I want the internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
I'm sure.
Oh, you don't have any credits yet?
Yeah, but you're gonna give me some in just a second.
Well, let me extend you some credit.
I've seen all of this in Valnik's playthrough.
55 credits.
Thank you.
Just make sure you spend them with me.
Yeah, nobody else.
Much anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what was it you wanted?
The internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue with constant self-comment. But I can switch yours on.
Yes, please.
As you wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it?
It's fine.
I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it?
Yeah.
That's fortunate. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it. It'll mostly run in the background.
Okay.
Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps?
Sensory tuning.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors.
I'm not sure if that actually does anything, but I mean, it sounds good.
Credits.
Sure.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher?
No.
Do you hear the birds chirping outside the dome? And beyond
I mean, I
that,
hear them chirping, yeah, but I'm not sure if they're outside. No. No, I feel nothing.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I still feel something.
Okay, phew. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors.
Yeah.
What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to. So, something else perhaps?
What else do we have? Future prediction.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
Read me my future.
Let me consult the algorithms.
The algorithms!
Oh dear.
Oh dear,
I'm afraid you're going to change the world.
Oh, too bad.
You will have a choice, but whatever you do,
only one.
New Jerusalem will never be the same again.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
I'm sorry it's not better news. Best not to worry about it, dear. You just do
That's
your
fine.
best to have fun in the meantime.
Yeah, sure, I will.
So, something else perhaps?
I don't have any more credits, sorry. That's all.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback?
Sure.
Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
I mean, I didn't pay anything for it, so... All you're saying is words, quite literally actually, but sure.
Yes. You understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day.
Thanks, you too, Helga.
Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
Yep. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name? Simiambia. Okay. Oh, that's Atoll. I
Nice
see.
to meet you, 1K.
Not sure if I
Talos.
should find it nice to meet you.
Following your expedition.
Yeah.
As you can tell, your discoveries have had quite the impact.
Yeah. I heard your speech, yeah.
I decided to take a stand. It started with our cats. Damien and I have had a lot of them over the decades, and I've watched every last one of them grow old and die. And that got me thinking about our responsibilities towards other life forms. What's life to most living creatures? Fear, hunger, pain, and in the end, death. Involuntary cessation of existence. That's horrifying, 1K. Horrifying.
I don't know.
We are the only ones who can make it better.
That's kinda true though. So you mean we re-engineer the whole planet? What exactly is our ethical duty in all this? So you mean we re-engineer the whole planet?
Yes. Carefully and slowly, but yes. That's what civilization is. That's what it's always been. Creating structures to lessen suffering. But this time we include everyone. We use
I kinda
our
like that idea.
intelligence to get rid of as much of the horror of existence as we can for all living beings.
I like that. I actually like that. I think you're right. It's our responsibility to lessen the amount of suffering.
I'm glad. Please, when you get back to the island, make sure Byron's ideas aren't forgotten.
Oh, I won't, don't worry.
People in New Jerusalem are starting to realize a different future is possible.
See, I told you, it was Athena who sent Prometheus.
How do you know it was Athena?
Because she's the one who built the giant pyramid.
Sure, but how do you know it wasn't Cornelius who sent Prometheus?
Or Pandora.
Because Cornelius was here.
And where did Prometheus appear?
Come on.
How do you know it wasn't Miranda? Maybe she got bored of waiting.
I don't buy it. I think Athena is testing us.
So many different possibilities.
To see if we can use those new technologies, like the body replication.
If those new technologies are such a big deal, why is she putting them in puzzles?
Because play is how we learn.
Maybe she's trying to tell us the opposite. That it's all just childish stuff that doesn't really matter.
The last power failure almost caused a derailment. It all matters.
You're starting to sound like Byron. You saw how that turned out.
They'll find him.
We will. We will find him.
Sure.
We will bring him back, don't worry. Chansey.
Are you enjoying our gardens?
Not the ways I would have expected, but okay. Yes, they're lovely.
All the great secrets are right there, you know. You can watch the tiniest of seedlings grow, flourish, and die. But it's the pattern of all things that you're really seeing.
You have a flair for the dramatic.
I suspect we see the world through quite different lenses. Sometimes I imagine myself as an old oak tree. I watch
That's
the
a fitting
life which
voice for an
grows
old
around
oak
me.
tree.
I see the ivy, the moss, the fungi, leaching my nutrients as they go. And I don't blame them. I'm delighted by how life seems so different from me can somehow be the same as me. This old oak tree drinks water from the ground. They drink their water from me. They shrivel and die in a single season. But I shrivel and die over centuries. What kind of plant would you be, I wonder?
What would I be? Let me tell you. I would be... a rosebush. Thorny but beautiful. Oh, isn't that nice? A nice picture. A cacti. A cactus. No, I'm not that spiky, I don't think. Probably, probably a rose bush. I would for sure be a rose bush, right?
That's exactly what I thought you were.
Thank you.
You see, these patterns, they flow through all of us the same. Yet they always come out different.
Thanks for talking with me. I have to get going.
Thank you for stopping by, 1K. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Ominous, but sure.
Hi.
Hey. Alright, let's go to the Gehenna Memorial, now that I actually know what Gehenna is, right? Then head over to the museum and Cornelius. Oh, Niam. Hello.
To the Gehenna Memorial.
Was Niam also a name from Gehenna? Now that I think about it.
Oh, it's you, 1K.
Oh, it's you, Niam.
You were there when everything went sideways. Do you think Byron will be all right?
I think he'll be alright. If we find him, he'll be fine.
Oh, Byron, always getting into trouble.
Yeah.
He's been like that for 1,000 years, you know. But losing him.
1,000 years.
But anyway, you've come to take a well-deserved break from your expedition. So let's talk about something else.
Yeah, I guess it's been longer than a millennia then, right? A millennium. Why tech? Oh no, do we have like 5 text adventures here? Oh boy, this is gonna take some time. Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna. By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
What is Gehenna? I know what Gehenna is, but sure.
Gehenna
Tell me.
was a place in the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans.
Yeah.
In time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
Yeah. What happened to the people? Well, we freed them.
The very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to
AKA
free
me.
the prisoners. They were uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all of us.
That's nice. How do you see the role of the artist in society?
I don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function. The artist isn't an educator or a moralist. Art isn't about teaching us lessons or imparting values. Nor do I think it's simply self-expression. The best art reaches out beyond the self, into something ineffable. The creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
Alright, thanks, that's all. Wait, why is it suddenly everything looking so corny? Oh, it's just in here? That's weird. Okay, looks a little strange. But okay. Alright, let's play some text adventures. Ghost of Atlantis. Dedicated to people of Gehenna. Start. Gently, a ship touches down on the land that once was the Isle of Atlantis, which in the days before the waters receded lay deep under the Sea of Atlas. You have come to find the last legacy of your ancestors. Red sun burns bright in the sky, scorching the dying earth. Begin your pilgrimage. A journey to the broken tower. On the northern shores of the island, where the frozen ocean once stretched to the horizon, stands the remain of a tower. Here lived a great magician who advised the king of Atlantis in matters of the sublime. Approach the tower. There is very little left of the once impressive structure. To anyone else, it would be a pile of rubble covered in black dried-out moss. But you can see a glimpse of its past, of the craft that went into its making. By the tower stands the ghost of the magician, awaiting you. Speak to the magician. A great marvel was revealed to me in this tower, the magician says. a glimpse of the sublime, and although I am dead, and my soul has spent an aeon under the sea, that vision is not lost to me. Even now I could summon it, and reveal it fully. He pauses. If I do, I will finally witness the sublime in all its glory, he says. But I believe that in this moment my soul will be annihilated. Is that a fate I should embrace or reject? Annihilation of the self is liberty. You speak wisely, the magician says. I have lingered here too long. Yeah, that's my thinking. It's like, your choice is annihilate yourself or stay here for another billion years. I don't know. We turn away from you, towards a world beyond your sight. A bright light suffuses him, and you cannot tell whether the magician is laughing or screaming. Then he is gone. Continue your pilgrimage. Journey to the Lost Shore. Your journey takes you to a wasteland that was once a beach where children from the Atlantean capital of Luna came to play. Here stands the ghost of the poet, contemplating the dying sun that fills the sky. Speak to the poet. I never completed my great work, he says. There were too many priests and censors who interfered, who did not allow me to create what I intended because they feared the free and true expression of a poetic genius. And then came the earthquakes and the waves and long ages under the sea, and now this time of burning death. But still I long for its completion, and my soul imagines what could have been. You must refuse to accept your death and find a way to completing the great work. You must accept that your work cannot be finished. You are dead. But I'm speaking to him, so why wouldn't he be able to finish it? You must refuse to accept your death. No, accept your death. Always accept your death. You must accept that your work cannot be finished. You are dead. Then I curse you all! Time and space and people and gods too! The ghost says angrily. You have strangled the one true thing I had inside me, the one truly good and noble thing this wretched mind and body ever contained. I curse your indifference, your lack of imagination, your infinite stupidity. The ghost burns bright with rage for a moment, and then it is gone. Continue your pilgrimage. Journey to the Temple of the Owl. The sun grows bigger and brighter. Time is running short. Your next stop is the Temple of the Owl, the greatest scientific institution of old Atlantis. Here the ancients tried to understand the secret laws of the cosmos, although their studies did not advance far enough to prevent their fate. The ghost of the scientist awaits you in the ruins. Speak to the scientist. I have not rested in death, the scientist tells you. In fact, death has provided ample opportunity for study. I have learned much about the machinery of creation. He hesitates. I would like to join you, but I fear that the truth I have discovered will offend and outrage many. Who cares? Tell him that the truth matters more than anything. Tell him that outrage should not prevent compassion. Tell him to stay behind. Tell him that outrage should not prevent compassion. Brave words, though few can endure their consequences. Still, even merely speaking them is bold. So I will join you and hope that you will stand by them. Continue your pilgrimage. Journey to the Temple of the Serpents. You make your way to the Temple of Serpents, which once was the greatest hospital in all of Atlantis. The sick and the injured came here from all across the island, hoping that salvation could be found in its halls. All that is left of the temple is a labyrinth of walls, and the ghost of the physician waiting for you. It is faint, barely visible. Speak to the physician. I worked here day and night for many years, and I saved countless lives, the physician says. And yet, of all the lives that I've saved, only one survived the death of the island, a young messenger who escaped on one of the ships thanks to another sacrifice. Yeah, we played that in Gehenna, actually. And I've wondered many times since, was my work in vain? The burden of this question is eroding my soul. No, because death comes to all in the end. No, because that messenger is my ancestor. No, because he who saves one life saves all lives. No, because all lives are worth saving no matter the future. No, because death comes to all in the end. That is not enough for me, the physician says. The certainty of death does not erase the weight of these tragedies, and I can no longer bear it. Having spoken, he vanishes into oblivion. Wait, can we not? Oh, I thought we would be able to... Okay. Explore the labyrinth after, but I guess not. Journey to the ancient farmlands. This soil used to be rich, life-giving. Generations of humans relied on it to survive. Then the waves came, and after the waves, the dying sun. Now that all life is gone, something has been revealed underneath the soil. A city of unimaginable antiquity. The ghost of the farmer waits in its ruins. Speak to the farmer. The city is older than the capital, the ghost tells you. It is older than Atlantis itself. When our most distant ancestors huddled in terror before thunder and lightning, this city was already old, and yet the city is not foreign to us. We too are its citizens. He looks directly at you, and there is a light in his eyes that is not of this world. Are you willing to swear fealty to the city across the boundaries of time and space? No. Looks a little sus to me. Then the city will not be there for you when you need it, and you will fail. But you are young, so very young. You will find the city elsewhere in time and have another opportunity. The ghost fades into nothingness. Continue your pilgrimage. Journey to the palace. The palace once stood in the very heart of Luna, the capital of Atlantis. Here the greatest artists and craftsmen of that long-forgotten era built marvels and luxuries that would astound even a traveler from the distant future. But these things, like everything else, are gone now. Only a single remnant of the Atlantean world remains, though it is perhaps the most precious. A great mosaic telling the history of Atlantis. Before it waits the ghost of the king. Speak to the king. I try to be a good man, the king says. To be kind. To balance justice with mercy. To honor the gods. To support the peasant and the scholar alike. And yet I failed. Why? All kings must fail, but it's not your fault that you were born a king. You failed because you put yourself above others and hoarded luxury. I don't think you did. You failed because you were immoral and Mother Earth punished you. If I remember back to the one text adventure where you actually do like escort that messenger, right? In Road to Gehenna. It is the king that goes to the scientist and tells him to do that, and the king stays behind, right? I would say you did not fail. We are here. The king is comforted by your words. You speak kindly, he says. I know that I am not without blame, but in the end I chose to save others before myself. But perhaps you are right, and I did not fail entirely. Ask the king to join you. The king lays his ghostly crown aside. I will join you, only as a man. Examine the mosaic. The mosaic is a work of superb beauty, a great work of history and humanity. In it, you see reflected all the hardship, tragedy, hope, triumph, and heartbreak of your ancestors. This is what you came to find. Retrieve the mosaic. You cannot retrieve the mosaic alone. The forces of time are too powerful. The strength of a single person is not enough. Ask the ghosts for help. Even with the help of the ghosts, you cannot pry the mosaic loose from the morass of history. All you manage to do is to break off a small piece as a memento. That you'll have to do. Oh, did we have to get all the ghosts to come with us so that we could retrieve the mosaic? Oh, return to your ship. Your heart is heavy as you return to your ship. Did you fail? Or was this journey enough? You are uncertain. Perhaps the past simply cannot be saved. It is, after all, the past. As the sun engulfs the earth, you wonder what will be remembered of your own time. The end. Okay, thank you, bye. There's 3 of them, right? I feel like we want to head over to Cornelius and talk to Cornelius to finish off this episode. And then at the start of the next episode, we do the other 2 text adventures. Damien. What's this about?
Welcome back, 1K.
Thank you.
Thanks again for signing that petition.
You're welcome.
Fortunately, as you can see, it wasn't enough.
What's going on?
Yesterday, there was a sudden brownout in the grid, and we almost had a derailment. We've been warning the mayor for months, and all he ever gives us is waffle about the goal. This can't go on.
I agree. I fully support you. Are they? What exactly are they striking about? I mean, I do fully support them.
Thank you. Your support means a lot to us. We need to get through to people.
Did you hear Tal's speech?
I heard it 15 times when he was practicing it.
Okay.
I think Catal, like many of us, feels that the time for change is long overdue. The technology you uncovered on the island is the final catalyst for that change, or it should be.
Okay, I should go. I should go, I guess, suddenly. What are they saying? Public transportation must be safe. It is a functional city. I absolutely agree, yes. I would fully support you to go and strike for that.
Hello.
Hello, Sirius. What is this? Hi, Kurabie. Friends of New Jerusalem Gesiebe. Alright, let's talk to Cornelius. Doors in Stilton. Hello? Museum of the Simulation. That is not Cornelius. That's Neef. Oh, hello. It's been a while.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Cornelius. Isn't Cornelius usually here?
I assume it has something to do with your expedition.
Yes.
I must admit I haven't been following the news.
Okay, maybe you should.
Been a little lost lately.
Why? Are you okay?
No, not really. When you asked me what I would do now that my job is redundant, I don't know. I guess I hadn't thought about it. I had just focused on getting there. And after you left, it all just rushed over me.
Sorry about that, I guess.
Is, I don't know who I am without this. Creating new life, guiding people into existence. That's who I am. More importantly, I think that's who I want to be. And if we stop growing, that's the one thing I can't be anymore.
Yep.
That's why I wanted to talk to Cornelius. He was there at the beginning. He knows where we came from. I thought he might help me understand where I could go next.
So, is he not here? You shouldn't have to give up who you are.
Thank you, 1K. I don't want to. I liked who I was. Who I still am. Now, you said you were looking for Cornelius?
Yes, he seems to have been at the megastructure with Athena.
Oh, that's... well, I suppose it shouldn't really come as a surprise. They were very close, you know.
Yeah, we know.
After she disappeared, he went away for a long time.
Yes.
On a research expedition.
Yes.
To be honest, everyone assumed he was working out his grief over being left behind. Many of the first companions were deeply shocked by her decision, particularly Byron.
See that? Where is he now?
That's
Cornelius, it is.
I wanted to talk to him about the future.
He disappeared.
But he wasn't responding to my messages. So I came here to talk to him and he seems to have vanished.
Dang. Great. Did you check his house?
I did, on my way here. And I messaged most of his other friends. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in the city at all.
Does not come as a surprise. Any idea where he might have gone?
No. The truth is that for the longest time, he barely left the museum. He was always at his terminal, working day and night. I asked him what he was doing once, and he said he was saving the past.
Can I access his terminal?
I suppose so. It seems a little unethical, but then it is just his work terminal, right?
Yeah, what could happen? What data could be on there
Good
that
luck with
would be
everything,
important,
1K.
right? Thank you,
And
to you
thanks
too.
for taking the time to talk to me.
Always. Purple.
Dude, you're
Oh, that's
1K.
what.
It's so nice to meet you.
So nice,
Sorry about
yeah.
Byron, dude.
Yeah,
That's a
dude.
real bummer.
Yeah. Have a nice day, dude. So sorry, I already listened to this guy when Valnek talk. Actually, there was new dialogue options, no?
Hey, dude.
No, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I need to let this episode come to a close. So let's just have a look at the terminal. Notes. Map location inaccessible. Deliberate? Unclear. User profile? Yes. Gold puzzles as barrier? Yes. Hidden as self-protection? Likely. External help for upload? Yes. Ask Herman? No. Trust 1K? Undecided. Applicable to Calvin? No. Applicable to Sarabai with Noema? Yes. Gold puzzles. Gold puzzles as a barrier to access a certain lab. External help for upload. Oh. Sending rec final 2 to Yakut.
So this is what Cornelius was working on?
I guess.
Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
You think so?
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready. I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
Okay.
Hey, dude.
Alright, dude. How's the situation in New Jerusalem?
Lately, a lot of folks have been saying maybe that Byron dude is right after all. Like,
yeah, dude.
Maybe to really be excellent to each other, we have to build something new and bodacious. Don't know what will happen now that he's had that bogus accident.
A bogus accident. Have you ever met Cornelius?
Yeah, I come here all the time. He's a wise dude. I've asked him a lot of dumb questions, and he's always taken the time to answer them.
Have a nice day, dude. You okay? Have interesting posture. Yeah, we're not gonna. Actually, shouldn't there be a guy standing here? Well, there was a guy standing there, and now they're gone. Hello. As far as I understand, these puzzles are just one-to-one reenactments of puzzles in the original game, right? In the first game. I don't think doing them actually does anything, really. So I'm not gonna spend any time with them. The same goes for the terminal puzzles over there. But okay, so Cornelius isn't here. Interesting. So I guess the next thing is to go back to the VTOL. But I guess we do that next time, right? Actually, I thought that would be a longer part here with Cornelius, but since he's not there, let's just maybe do 1 or 2 more text adventures right before we let this episode come to a final close. Wait, yeah?
What can I do for you, 1K?
Where could Cornelius have gone?
If it's true that he knew where Athena was, then he's gone back to the island. There's no way he'd ever leave her. He must have some kind of plan.
Probably.
But I don't know more than that. He's been very private these last few centuries.
Okay. Just a few centuries, right? Welcome to Argument Simulator. Oh god, no. Okay, start. Choose your character. Goldblum or Socrates? I am Goldblum, obviously. Jefferson Goldblum. Choose your argument. It's true, it's false, or it's not true. It's true. I disagree. You're wrong. No, you are. I can contradict you. I don't accept the underlying logic of your contradiction. I question your axiomatic principles. I question your metaphysics. I question your ethics. I question epistemology. Let's find out what we agree on. Okay, it feels like a good idea for us to understand one another better. Game over. It's that easy to break up an argument. They are so right. Oh, I love it. I love it. Jefferson Goldblum and the Spectre of Modernity. A true story. Who wrote it? Written inside by Rat. Rat? Dedicated to Mac. Didn't we have a rat? No, we did not have a rat in Gehenna, right? Alright, start. You, Jefferson Goldblum, deftly step out of your charging pod and walk into the main lobby of the Goldblum Institute. It is a humble abode filled with a small four-seater sofa, a table, a coffee bar, and an arboretum. Ginny HD, your fiancé. Oh, okay, so they did get it running, I guess, after the adventures in the 9th dimension, right? Your fiancé and the leading member of the Kasurati Weierstraße jazz ensemble greets you from the sofa while Frankie Soy Sauce waves from the coffee bar and the velociraptor John Malcolm drives out of the arboretum on his motorcycle wearing his green armored t-shirt. Speak to Ginny HD. Oh, Jefferson, cries Ginny HD. Good morning. Good morning, Ginny HD, you reply. Did you sleep well, my darling? Oh, Jefferson, I slept most dreadfully. Why is that? Is your charging pod too hard? No, Jefferson, that's not it at all, Ginny HD moans. My charging pod is very comfortable. I don't know why I slept so poorly, but I woke up on this small four-seater sofa, which is strange, because I went to sleep in my room. You think about this carefully while stroking your guitar. Ginny HD has no problem recharging most nights. You're about to reply when a klaxon resounds throughout the Goldblum Institute. Ask Ginny HD what's happening. What? Shouts Ginny HD. I can't hear you, Jefferson. A klaxon! It's too loud! Oh, what a dreadful racket! She waves one of her appendages in a feminine manner. You need to shut it off! Shoot the klaxon. You try to aim your gun at the machine before you inconveniently remember that you don't have a gun. Oh no! Cries Ginny HD. Jefferson! Don't you remember that you're a pacifist now? You must do something else against this dreadful noise. The klaxon bleats louder, as though to mock your pacifistic ways. Play your guitar. You unsling your guitar from your back and check the strings to make sure that they are in the proper order. Then you take a heroic stance with your chest puffed out, your legs splayed wide and your guitar held heroically aloft. You play a chord, a perfect chord, followed by another equally perfect chord, and another, and another. As always, all the chords that you play are perfect. This is your greatest burden. Mollified, the klaxon shuts itself off. Talk to your team. You turn from the now silent central computer console and look at your team, who are all gazing back at you with varying levels of wonderment in their eyes. Ask why the klaxon was blaring. John Malcolm dismounts his motorcycle with an air of certainty and queries the central computer console with sure taps of his reptilian claws upon the keyboard. It seems, John Malcolm says, that the sensors have detected a threat of galactic magnitude. Oh no, cries Ginny HD, while Frankie Soy Sauce drops his cup of joe in fear. I don't know, when I think of Ginny HD, for some reason I think of, I don't even know what her name was, you know, like Popeye's wife or fiancé, whatever it was. Like, oh no, help me! Although in the original Jefferson Goldblum message, there wasn't really a case, right? So maybe I should stop thinking about it. I don't know why I think about that. What even is a name? Let's see, Popeye. Olivia, right. Yeah, for some reason it's Olivia I'm thinking of here. Drops his cup of joe in fear. Ask what the threat is. A shudder goes through John Malcolm's magnificent plumage. Something far more dangerous than anything we have encountered so far, Jefferson, he proclaims. Oh, John Malcolm, what is it? Exclaims Ginny H.O. It's Ginny HD, okay. What could it possibly be? We have already defeated the dastardly Dr. Elian. What could be more dangerous than him? This time, my friends, John Malcolm says after a pause of precisely 2.5 seconds, we will be up against the spectre of modernity. Take action! Friends, humans, dinosaurians, countrymen. Possessed by a sudden urge to act, you jump up on the coffee maker, much to Frankie Soy Sauce's dismay. We cannot let this threat to our very way of life go unanswered. No, we must stand against the spectre and not yield until we are victorious. Will you stand with me? Wait for their response. Yes, my darling, anything for human world, cries Ginny HD. Friend, you have my axe. You know that I will stand by until the bitter end, adds John Malcolm solemnly. For coffee, shouts Frankie Soy Sauce, and for love. But, asks Ginny HD after the shouting and swearing of fealty is done, how will we prevail? The spectre of modernity is too powerful for you to fight it on your own. Of course she's right. As she usually is. Go alone. Let's take Ginny HD with us. Because why not? Oh, Jefferson, Ginny HD exclaims. I will be the best companion you could wish for. But tell me, Jefferson, the spectre of modernity travels along the continued sequence of existence and events that occur in an apparently irreversible succession from the past, through the present, into the future, and is by definition already everywhere. Where can we possibly go to find a way to defeat it? Go and confront the spectre of modernity. When you approach the lair of the spectre of modernity, you decide to leave your companion behind. What? Knowing that you cannot risk another life in this final confrontation. Maybe I should have gone somewhere else first, right? Sometimes heroes have to stand alone. Enter the mechanical lair. Inside the mechanical lair, the spectre of modernity waits for you, sitting translucently on a titanium throne. The spectre of modernity. The spectre of Wait, is it modernity or modernity? Oh, it's modernity. Okay, there's a typo there. The spectre of modernity. You murmur through gritted teeth. We meet at last. We just went directly here. What are you even talking about? You are mistaken, Professor Dr. Goldboom. Goldboom? Are the typos intentionally? The spectre of modernity says. Does modernity mean something? No, it's really just a typo, okay. We have met many times before. I am your father. I am your father. Is that the full quote? Oh yeah, people always say, Luke, I am your father, but the actual quote is just, I am your father. And your mother. Lies! Attack the spectre! The spectre of modernity laughs. Foolish human! You cannot defeat me! I shall conquer you, and drag human world and the 9th dimension into the future kicking and screaming! All that is holy will be profaned, and there will be progress if it's the last thing I do! I think, you say coolly, that the last thing you should do is die. Flail about uselessly. You cannot stand against me, foolish human, the spectre says with another laugh. All the powers you have ever had were my gifts to you. Even your precious guitar. And with that it squishes you like an ant. The human world and 9th dimension are doomed to an eternal forward march, until finally all that is solid melts into the air, into thin air. Game over. Yeah, I know that obviously there's a lot more to have here and see here and do here. And if you go to the other places first, probably you can defeat it, but I might be doing that off recording at some point. But not right now, because I'm already feeling the need for puzzles again, so... This is it for episode 11 of Gilgamesh playing the Talos Principle 2. Thank you so much for watching. I do wonder what is happening to Byron and what will happen to Byron. I mean, this has to be all part of the plan, right?
Good luck, Wonky.
Well, not of Byron's plan necessarily, but of whoever built...
Listen to the wisdom of the ancient writers.
Stop using the public frequency, come on.
Founder's trial. The megastructure must be rejected.
Yeah, this must be part of the plan, right? Prometheus bound. Don't forget to always GG. Next time you're gonna go back and resume puzzling, so hope to see you then. Bye-bye.